Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. I am Kapil Chauhan. You are watching Technical Academy. This is our lecture number 33 in electronic devices and circuits. In this lecture, we are going to study about the photodiode or the photodetector circuit. So we will start our presentation with introduction to the photodiode. Then we will study about different types of the photodiode, construction of the photodiode, working of the photodiode and different modes of operation of the photodiode. Then at last we will see the characteristics of the photodiode. So we are basically going to start with introduction to the photodiode. So we can define the photodiode as it is a p-n junction diode that consumes the light energy to produce electric current. It is also known as photodetector. A photodiode is one type of the light detector which is used to convert the light energy into the current or the voltage based on the mode of the operation of the device. Sometimes it is also called as photodetector or light detector, and we can say that photosensor. And these diodes are particularly designed to work in the reverse bias condition. So every photodiodes are basically working in the reverse bias condition. So you can see in the given figure, this is the symbol of the photodiode, where this arrow is representing that the photon energy is incidenting on the surface of the photodiode. This is our anode and this is our cathode terminal. So you can see this is the figure for the practical diode of the practical photodiode. You can see here, this is 3-terminal photodiode, and this diode looks like the LEDs, in which you can see in the given figure, this is our shorter terminal which is cathode, and longer one is the anode. So if we want to operate in the reverse bias condition, then we need to use we need to provide the negative terminal to the anode and the positive terminal to the cathode, so it will operate in the reverse bias condition. Now we will see different types of the photodiodes. So the types of the photodiodes can be classified based on its construction and the function as follows. So the first one is the p-n photodiode, second one is the Schottky photodiode, and third one is the pin photodiode that we have already studied in the previous lecture, and the fourth one is the avalanche photodiode. So now we are going to see what is the construction of the photodiode. You can see in the given figure that this is our structure of the photodiode which is given here, and the materials which are used in the construction of the photodiode are the silicon oxide. You can see here, this is used, and the p-n junction device is kept inside the glass material. So it is coated with silicon nitride coating. You can see here, this is our anode terminal, this is p region, n region, and this one is the cathode, and this is our p-n junction which is represented in the green color. So here the incident photon light will be the photon energy will incident over here, and this is going to create the large number of the electron hole pairs. So this will come under the working of the photodiode that we will see in the next section. So now we are going to study about the working of the photodiode. So basically the working principle of the photodiode is based on the photoelectric effect. That means when a photon of the ample energy or the suitable energy strikes on the diode, it makes the couple of the electron hole pairs. So it will make a large number of electron hole pairs when the photon energy will incident on the surface of the photodiode, and this mechanism will be called as the photoelectric effect. If the absorption arises in the depletion region junction, then the carriers are removed from the junction by the inbuilt electric field of the depletion region. So the electric field that is created inside the depletion region will due to the absorption, it will sweep the number of electron hole carriers from the junction from the depletion region to the p side or the n side. holes will, you can see here, holes will move towards the anode and the electrons are going to move towards the cathode, and due to this movement of the electron and holes, it is going to create a current that will be known as the photocurrent, and the photocurrent will be developed in the direction from p side to n side. So this is the direction of the photocurrent. So the total current, if we want to calculate the total current inside the photodiode which is created, that will be equals to the dark current plus the photocurrent. So what is dark current? Dark current is a very small current when the photodiode is connected in reverse bias condition, and if in the absence of the photo energy, it means simply we can say that if there is absence of photon energy, then also a small current is going to generated in the reverse bias condition, and that current will be known as dark current. So the dark current should be minimized in order for the proper operation of the device, for the proper operation of the photodiode, or if we want maximum photocurrent, then the dark current should be minimized. So this is the biasing of the photodiode. You can see here it is connected in the reverse bias condition. Negative terminal is connected to the p side and positive terminal is connected to the n side, and this is representing the incident photons, and this incident photon is going to create large number of the electron hole pairs, and these electron hole pairs which are created over here will be swept away by the built-in electric field which is generated across here, and hence the current is going to be generated in the direction from that will start from p side and it will go to the n side. This will be the direction of the photocurrent that will be generated in the photodiode. So now we will see the different modes of operation of the photodiode. So the first one is the photovoltaic mode. It is also known as the zero bias mode because no external potential will be applied over here. It means that in the photovoltaic mode, the photodiode will be either it will be short circuited or open circuited. It means we are not applying any external reverse potential. However, the flow of the magnetic carrier will take place when the device is exposed to the light. Even if we are connecting in the photovoltaic mode, then also magnetic carrier will be generated. Magnetic carrier will take place when the device will be exposed to the light. The second mode of operation is the photoconducting mode. In the photoconducting mode, the diode is reverse biased, and this reduces the response time because the additional reverse bias increases the width of the depletion region, which decreases the junction's capacitance and increases the region with an electric field that will cause electrons to quickly collected. So as we know that the relation of the capacitance C is equals to epsilon A upon D, that means it is showing the inverse relation. Capacitance of the diode is showing inverse relation with the depletion width. As the depletion width is going to increase, the junction capacitance will decrease, and it will increase the region with an electric field that will cause electrons to be quickly collected. So electric field will be with an electric field that will cause the electrons to be quickly collected. The reverse bias also created dark current without much change in the photocurrent. So dark current will be very small current that we have already studied. I have defined the dark current. The current that is generated if we apply the reverse biasing to the photodiode in the absence of the photo energy. So such types of current will be known as dark current. Now we are going to study about the characteristic of the photodiode. So you can clearly see in the given figure, this is our characteristic curve. So you can see in the given figure, this vertical line divides the characteristic of diode into two parts, and this is the horizontal line. So the right side will be our forward bias. The right side is representing the forward bias voltage or forward characteristic of the photodiode, and the left side is representing the reverse characteristic of the photodiode. You can see over here. So if we are moving downside, the number of the photocurrent that is generated will be in the range of microamperes. If the photodiode is connected in the reverse bias condition, then the current that will be generated will be in the range of microamperes, and if the diode is connected in the forward bias, then the range of the photocurrent will be in the range of milliampere. So you need to take care of these things. So this is the basic characteristic of the photodiode, you can see. So friends, if you like this video, then you can subscribe my channel, and you can share with your friends if you like, if you feel that this will be helpful for your exam. Okay, thank you.